Hello everybody, welcome back to Language Litigation Integration Part 140, Casual Conversation 62. You know what it is, we got a couple more lawsuits to announce. It's been another couple days, so more people have harassed me, and this one's discrimination and associated emotional damages. So we're officially suing Blue Medicinals. Owner Steven Sandler, Nicole von Rensburg, and William Hollander. So just a quick update on that story. Again, I called them, asked them how to open up a product. Some girl picked up the phone, and I'm literally just describing to her, how to ask her how to open the product. This is literally my normal speaking voice, and she literally audibly laughs at me and hangs up the phone on me because she doesn't like my tone. Guaranteed. I have no idea, race, age, guaranteed she's between the age of 18 and 25, and she's in her own little world, and anything that she doesn't like offends her, and then she's gonna project anything onto Brad. Again, part 140. This has been happening my entire life. Every person I've ever fucking met, literally. And I just started a lecture series about it 3-4 years ago, and we're still rocking strong new content every single day. So I called back to Blue Medicinals because they said some retarded bitch Tia was supposed to call me back, but of course she sounded illiterate, so she can't do her job. She's probably just flicking her puss. And so I called back just literally to ask for Scott Basil's medical badge, because I'm suing you guys, and I'm a fucking judge, and I'm a fucking lawyer. So and obstruction of justice. Again, if the feds don't respect their own laws, and then you don't respect your own laws, it's not my fault. My credentials have not been validated. It's really not my fucking fault. And so I called back, and I asked, can I just, another chick picks up, hey, I'm suing you guys. And again, front desk people, middle managers, not owners, not lawyers, not principals, nothing. They hear someone's gonna sue them, they think some angry random customer. And I'm not mad. You discriminated against me. You literally said, I don't like your tone, and now you can't come to all of our stores. Literally. Remember, he was screaming at me, raising his voice, viscerally. I can feel him oozing through the phone that he's resentful to me. He doesn't like me. He's going to assert authority over me. And I told him to go blow his head off. In a very casual way, not aggressively threatening somebody. And okay, man, you just kicked me out of your store for trying to ask how to open a product. Now I just need your badge number so I can file a lawsuit. That's all I need. So I called back. I spoke to another awful employee. His name is Gavin. Get another mid-level manager. And again, instantly can just feel him oozing through the phone and he says, I was told you were aggressive to our female employees and told someone to kill themselves. Again, I was not aggressive to the female employee to any capacity at all. I barely talked to her. She picked up the phone and said hello, and then I started describing my problem, and then she laughed at me and hung up the phone, and then I called back and I asked to speak to the manager, and again, to sue them. I am suing you people, Blue Medicinals. I am suing you for discrimination and associated emotional and financial damages at my full rate. People like this, again, just shouldn't be they shouldn't be in business at all. But in the cannabis industry, the amount of work I've had to go through because this country and this state is scientifically illiterate to access healthcare, because I got kicked out of school for doing mathematics for the past 10 years, has been disgusting. So again, when at this level, if you restrict my access to healthcare, it's not my fault that this country is illiterate. Cannabis is medicine in full-fledged. Stress cells express cannabinoids accepting ligands, and then it alleviates all of the Jesus fuck. But if you tell me I don't have access to healthcare, it's just lawsuit instantly. So again, I'm not coming for your money. I'm coming to put you to zero. You do not belong in the cannabis industry. You do not belong in business. So Steven Sandler, Nicole von Rensburg, and William Hollander, you have a big problem. Absolutely 100% suing you. And this Gavin dude, again, he goes, I'm not going to give you a phone number. I literally asked for a legal contact. And it's just some mid-level manager that's going to say no. And again, I hate being treated like I'm a diseased animal when other people can't do their jobs and they form gangs and they gang up on me. And I'm not a pussy. I want to respond in a real fucking way, and I can't. So I'm with these people out of society. Steven Sandler, Nicole von Rensburg, William Hollander, and this is Gavin at Georgesville Road in Ohio, Blue Medicinals. I want to make your lives as impossible as mine. You make it so I can't have access to healthcare. I hope your kids don't have access to healthcare. Your kids go to school, they steal my intellectual property. You're fucked. I'm suing your kids for theft of intellectual property, and you until you can't pay your bills and live under a fucking bridge somewhere. And he says, you're not getting my badge number, stop calling, and hangs up. Yeah, when I hit you with a subpoena, again, if the United States ever starts blowing up its own buildings, if cops, again, another lawsuit, I'm 100% suing. Additionally, when I barely stuttered on the last one, I said intimidating, for when Deputy Robbins is driving around my house yelling shit out the window. The proper legal term is menacing, which he's absolutely done twice. And again, it's just everywhere. Everybody. Columbus, Ohio is a fucking cesspool. It's privileged, selfish idiots that were told to play games all day, and then they have to go into the world and they just don't know how to behave. It is everybody I've ever met. This city is a fucking hellhole. So Deputy Robbins, you're being sued for menacing, harassment, all the stuff I've referenced before, and the Bloom Medicinals, Gavin, Stephen, Nicole, and William. I'm going to make your lives as impossible as mine. It's just unacceptable. Somebody at some point has to be an adult. Somebody at some point has to enforce the laws. It's not going to happen. So, I wanted to give you a quick update on that. That was yesterday. And again, it's just nobody respects me. Nobody respects me at all. And if you're going to want to respect me, I'm going to throw your lives in the fucking dirt, for real. As many careers as I can possibly take are gone. They're just gone. If you don't know how to behave, don't have kids. It's that simple. Statute of limitations should virtually never exist. Watch a Joe Rogan podcast clip with Derek Hamilton. He talks about 20 cases being exonerated from the same cop, over like 200 cases. And there's like suspected 50 to 100 might get exonerated. And so, again, statute of limitations, they're talking about I don't have the guest's name written down, but Derek Hamilton. I don't know if that's the cop's name or the guest's name, sorry. But he talks about being, wrongfully in prison, spends 20 years in prison, and so statute of limitation just in general, I don't see why that would ever exist. If someone committed a crime and caused you damages, you should always be able to recuperate that. You should always be able to enforce punishment. So, again, that's another codified patheticness of our society. Someone broke the law, 5 years go by, and again, in my specific case, like I said, a bunch of the statutes of limitations are going to cross by, but I have a signed document from Governor Mike DeWine saying I don't have constitutional rights, so I'm not going to waste another $300 filing another petition or something. It's not going to waste my time. It's just not, I'm not allowed in society. So in my specific case, statute of limitations, you guys have destroyed my entire life. Crimes have been committed against me so regularly that I can't start a family, career, go to school, integrate into society, access any social functions whatsoever. So, that's me specifically, but in general, if someone has wronged you and you want punishment or payback or remuneration, you should always be able to enforce that. I have no understanding, but 5 years go by, now we can't affect somebody's career now. It's too late. They did a ton of damages 5 years ago, but no, too late. We don't want to upset their great life and family. Most pathetic fucking country and species. This species is an absolute fucking embarrassment. Ben Shapiro compares Mar-a-Lago raid with Twitter and government cooperation. So recently, on one of his recent clips, he talks about how people are wary of the FBI because Twitter and the government cooperation about COVID. Again, Twitter, and he makes some comment like, Twitter's a private company. Twitter is part of public sentiment. Public-private. Sentiment is public. And so whether you have a private company, once everyone knows what Twitter is and it's on everyone's phone, then it's integrated into the public sentiment for real. So again, another archaic, dated way to approach law. But again, biological law, and the government's stealing on my property. So it's not like when we look at the whole picture, I'm the one doing all of the science, all of it, all of the proof, all of it. And so, like Mark Cuban says, it's already changed over. Yep. And then Ben Shapiro says like the Mar-a-Lago raid is the reason we should be wary about the FBI's actions is because they were attenuating biological law, and Republicans don't like to be told what to do because freedom. So again, another wonderful logical take from Ben Shapiro, who's absolutely fucking retarded. I got a couple stories saved to the end. Should place of birth affect presidential candidates? This is a talking point from one of the PBD podcasts, and I watched the whole thing. I just think a time frame, a good time amount. I mean, obviously, if you have a serious crime or something, or you're part of an agency in another country. But again, all behavior is consolidating. We can have China and Russia and Iran and the United States and France, but we're just apes on a rock, and people need to change their fucking behavior, and 8 billion people just can't, and nobody cares. So, in terms of something that try to integrate a spy into the U.S. government and then steal all of America's political ways, it's pretty much impossible technology. Again, technology runs the world, not really a person in the Oval Office. Certainly influences politics or policy, blah, blah, blah. But in general, I don't see any real reason they have to be born in the United States, haven't thought through, like, serious crimes, working for some sort of reason you couldn't have access to classified information. What time frame? I don't know, 25 years maybe? If you've lived here for 25 years and you're a good citizen or something? Depends, I don't know. Sam Harris goes viral for supporting denying Trump a presidency, ? Basically, I watched the clip and I wrote this down. I wasn't even sure what he was saying. Because Sam Harris, again, I'm surprised he's still alive. Again, his identity is neuroscientist, atheist philosopher that can, again, forget subject matter, speaking directly and clearly. My voice literally scares people to the point where I have to sue people every 2 days. And so that's really what people react to when they like Ben Shapiro or Sam Harris or Richard Dawkins, is a calm, collected thought process on top of the logic they're saying. I bring it all, and so it scares people. But I had no idea what Sam Harris was even trying to fucking say, to be honest. But basically he was saying Donald Trump was such a bad person, he would support anything to deny him a presidency, even if it required, it's not a conspiracy if the asteroid's hurtling towards Earth and you can call it whatever you want, you just have to get the problem out of the way. Do I see Donald Trump as a huge problem? No. Do I see the political retards on both sides, woke left and far right and everywhere? If you do politics, you're retarded. Go contribute to society in a meaningful way. I voted once every 2 to 4 years. There's my civic duty. I taught everyone's kids for real, while being tortured, without access to healthcare or school, and can't start a family or have any friends. And so that's what I got out of Sam Harris, was like, Trump is so bad that we could do some things, or he would support anything that suppressed information or overturned democratically elected elections and our electorate is retards. So I want shit to work. I just want to leave. I don't give a fuck about this place. I want to buy a nice estate in the country, in some fucking country where I can smoke some weed, do some mushrooms every now and then, and start a family. Jesus fuck. But Sam Harris is a fucking weirdo. And I don't think so. Trump's not that bad. I don't like the guy. I don't dislike the guy. I'm not a Republican. I don't vote. I'm not a Democrat. I think this country's hell. Yeah, I just want a family and start a business, and the answer is no, because freedom. But Sam Harris has a little bit of career, and now we all steal from Brad, lie about it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it was just weird. I struggled to understand what he was trying to say. Women spending $1 on The Price is Right. Again, a long time study of The Price is Right. But I swear, I think the best way to get $1, to be sexist for a second, is to be a woman. I can't tell you how many times a girl goes up there, a woman goes up there, and not saying they're not super strong, but a lot of them can't spin the wheel as fast. But it starts on the $1, they spin it around, it goes around one time, and lands right back on the dollar. I showed you the episode where they did it 3 times in a row. I keep seeing it happening. Like, frequently. A woman goes up there, just whoop, one trip right back on the dollar. So that's your best play to get $1 on The Price is Right. Actually, the best play, just in general, is just to try to spin it exactly one time around. Because if you don't spin it one time around, you get to spin it again for the first time. So if you don't know how you don't know how heavy the wheel is until you go up and spin it, try to spin it just on the $1. And if you miss a little low, you get to spin again. So that's not true for the bonus spins though. But that would be the best strategy to win the Price is Right wheel spin. Who the fuck is Liz Cheney? She was in the news or something, so I had to look that up. That was a talking point. It was a Wyoming Republican who lost the GOP primary. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard the name a couple times, so I said, who the fuck's Liz Cheney? She lost the GOP primary. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of primaries going around the different states, so it's like I don't know why Liz Cheney's the big name, but fuck her. Who cares? Sana Marcin is caught red-handed, ... dancing and drinking. Oh, the Finnish people, they want someone to be working hard all the time for the whatever crisis is going on. Not the entire populace of the nation that does dick fucking nothing, ever, besides bitch and whine and can't pay their bills and cheat on their wives. Bam! No, Sana. No dancing and drinking alcohol. I think she had to take a drug test to prove that she did drugs. Drugs lives matter. In the nation state of Brad, we absolutely encourage drugs. I think Japan's now encouraging people to drink more beer. Love that shit. Let's go Japan! Yapane! Japan! Woo! But yeah, that shit was funny. She was just dancing, throwing that shit back a little bit, having some fun. She's pretty cute. I think she was like 36. Sana Marcin. The great nation state of Brad, with like a
meeting of delegations where we do lots of diplomacy with our wieners and vaginas. Well, your vagina, my wiener. I'm trying to do diplomacy, yo. For fuck's sake, sauna. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, absolutely atrocious. I would rather all politicians should be regular, everyday fucking people. That's how it should work. You should have fun, drink. You should do some drugs too. Drugs lives matter. Believe in you, Finland. I think it's Finland. Those great abortion laws are really coming in. We're saving lives. Think of all the lives we've saved. All those babies' lives we've saved so far. Louisiana's putting on a great show. We have a Louisiana hospital denies abortion for a fetus without a skull. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty birth. It's going to be a pretty long life for maybe 20 seconds. But yep, and it's still, again, giving birth is always, like, they're talking about ectopic pregnancies or any threat to the mother. And again, I'm not a gynecologist, that's not OBGYN, I think, who does, like, the pregnancy doctoring. But any massive blood loss or massive biological movement like that is still a threat to the mother. So, yeah, good job, Louisiana. There's no chance a fetus without a skull is going to thrive or be vital in any way. So when we talk about viability, that is not viable. If someone ripped my heart out, I would not be viable to live tomorrow. If someone took my skull off, if I could only get so lucky, then I could not live tomorrow. But speciality, our values matter. Babies, life starts at conception. It doesn't have a head. But, life. Yes. Yeehaw. Yeah, get her done. Yeehaw. Here in Louisiana, we like life. We like gators out the outback, the bayou, fucking out in the bayou. Just got some gators out in the bayou. Oh, my kid don't have a skull, but heading back out to the bayou. Or maybe, what's the other thing in Louisiana? A Mardi Gras. Might do some Mardi Gras with my kid with no skull. Just here, look, Johnny, you can't move your head. There's some tits. Get your beads. He's just like oozing over. Good job, Louisiana. The fucking bayou, man. Deshaun Watson ordered to pay $5 million in 11-game suspension for sexual misconduct. It was the biggest fine in the NFL history. I have enough talking points probably for another economics video soon. But this is more of the sexual misconduct than the fine amount. But yeah, another one of our great men in our society. I'm such a big man, I have to sexually assault women. Oh yeah, you're such a big dude, Deshaun Watson. What a badass, bro. Play in the NFL. You're so good. You're such a great person. You're you. You're the greatest. You're invincible. You're the best football player ever. You're the best monkey to ever throw a ball around the field. Wow. Good job, Deshaun. Oh, go touch that woman. Just grab her right in the pussy. Right on the pussy. Right like Melania and Ivanka. Right on the pussy. Whew, this is a good one. Black man left paralyzed after Texas police allegedly slammed him on concrete. I didn't watch the video, but allegedly, and it wasn't allegedly, they definitely slammed him on the concrete. And for public intoxication, he was left without help for 20 hours. Fuck cops. I hate all cops because they don't do their job. They menace me. They harass me. They slam the black dudes on the... No, you got too drunk. Break his spine. Bam. Oh, there we go. We did our protect and serve. You can't move anymore. Service. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, cops. You guys are such great people. Oh, Sergeant Gilbert. This Brad Bohash? We want dignity and respect. Oh, Undertaker. Boom. Oh, no more spine. Oh, got to get that spinal fluid coming out of the ears. So that was a good one. R. Kelly's granddaughter testifies he had sex with her hundreds of times before 18. Fucking weird. R. Kelly's a weird fuck. Again, still like the music. I don't stream his music now, but not like in opposition to his behavior. I mean, fucking again, even with consent under 18. I mean, that to me, just as a grown adult, that's just fucking weird. Just weird as fuck to me. So it's like I want to call for execution for that, but again, just depending on the consent of the kid. But it's weird as fuck. Weird as fuck. Again. So it's just like, I don't know enough details about that, and that's fucking disgusting. But again, terrible, shitty behavior, specifically to musical consumption. Does consuming the music really support him if he's in jail? I don't think so. So, to the question of, can you support R. Kelly's music without supporting R. Kelly? I think so? I don't know. I don't listen to his music now, not because of being an absolute fucking creep. But art as opposed to the individual, I think you can separate that in general. Negotiate used for navigate. What the fuck are people doing? Oh, that's right, they don't know how to use words properly, and they know I exist, and then they overthink how to use words, and then they fuck it all up like every other day. So, I've seen this on RuneScape before, I've seen this on TV, I don't have the specific example written down, but people say negotiate for navigate. Like, I have to negotiate driving down the road. It's like, no, if I'm negotiating something, I'm bargaining with you. I'm trying to reach an agreement. So an inanimate object is not going to negotiate anything. But again, we have to be edgy weirdos and try to use words out of context to sound good, and they don't make any sense. So don't say negotiate for navigate. Brian Stelter show on CNN, reliable sources, gets canceled. Who the fuck is Brian Stelter? I've seen him pull out a couple times on the Ben Shapiro show a couple times. But I have seen the face like a fat white dude who's getting so privileged as fuck. He has a job, a career, can fit in, eat food whenever he wants. He's all busting out of his fucking suit. He's all big fat ape things. Like, oh, I want decency and respect. So, yeah, I've never watched the show, but it's called Reliable Sources and it's now getting canceled. So, fuck him. So now, a couple stories and see how long I'm going. So now just another couple stories. First, quick one about another example of people exerting authority over me. So I can't remember if this was junior or senior year of high school, but again, certainly varsity baseball time frame. Certainly driving a car. The story's about a car. So again, and remember, these, like I said, when I call Blue Medicinals and ask them how to open a product, and then they instantly start reacting to my presence in a disrespectful way, and then I can't do anything besides guide them access to court, and then they'd be disrespectful. It happens at all different levels of severity. So here's another pretty minor one. But still, people get offended and they exert any authority over me, including committing crimes. So again, I would call him, I don't say a friend, old friend. Again, I have no fucking friends. I hate everybody I've ever met was dead to me at 25. Just disgusting fucking people. So selfish. Just oozing selfishness out of their fucking bodies. They can't stop coming, fucking, and trying to make money, and they can't. They can't make any money. Nobody I know has made any real fucking money. Dumb fucks can't contribute to society. But one day we're at baseball, and I told you we have this little hitting barn where it's the Sales High School, if you know the area or the school. Just like a hitting barn out behind our school. Probably, I don't know, 200-300 yards away from the school. And so our parking lot's up here, our baseball field, outfield's going this way, parking lot, baseball field, hitting barn. And so one day we had this little varsity, little clubhouse or locker room for the varsity team in the baseball. So one day we're between the hitting barn and the locker room, and again I don't say anything. Nicholas Ellsroth is again I guess I don't call him a friend, but certainly a baseball player. Was around our social groups plenty of times, and again They misbehave. Again, this is why I don't make any friends, because when juveniles want to misbehave, they don't like to have a buzzkill. And I'm not killing the buzz, I just don't engage in reckless behavior. I can't process insecurity legitimately. And so when I offend somebody that likes to do minor reckless things, drive a little fast. I told you my story about my old friend Jimmy swerving over to the left real fast and almost getting us in a wreck because he got all excited. I do weird shit. And so this is another one of those. So I can't even remember exactly what happened, but again, I did nothing. I never do anything. Nicholas Ellsroth was misbehaving a little bit. I correct him a little bit, and now he doesn't respect me as an authority figure, and I wasn't asserting authority over him. I was just correcting his behavior, and now he's got to get back at me. He's got to jab back at me. So what does he do? So after again, we're in the hitting barn or in the locker room, and I go back out to get my car, or put my bag away or something, and my car's not there. And then I notice my car at the other end of the parking lot. Again, Carl Road, our parking lot, outfield, hitting barn, and locker room. And so Nicholas Ellsroth, because I corrected his behavior, he got all festered up and he wants to assert some authority over me, stole my car. He just took my keys, got in my car without my permission, drove it to the other end of the parking lot to make my day a little more inconvenience, because that was the authority he could assert over me. So he got offended that I corrected his behavior, now he commits crimes. So cops commit crimes, companies commit crimes, my family commits crimes, every single family I've ever been interacting with committed crimes, guidance counselors, teachers, everybody I've ever been exposed to commits crimes against me instinctually. Like the one teacher walking down the room, sophomore year of high school. Are you high? Nope, I didn't sleep last night. Good. Sounds like a pretty concerning health concern, and at 29 in less than a month, I still cannot sleep consistently because I've been socially isolated to the point I don't fit into anything. So shout out to Nick Elzeroth, you're a fucking loser. Oh, but you have a cute wife and a job, man. Glad your life took off. Mine hasn't moved since then. This was like 10, 11 years ago. Well, one magical day, there's going to be somebody that knows how to behave. There's going to be some magical person that knows how to have some maturity. There's some magical person who's going to show dignity or respect to another person in the form of enforcing the law. So I want my money and I want it. That's it. Again, still mainly on a liquid diet. Did hit 44 subscribers though, so that's a new all-time high. Yes, sweet. Probably lose one after this video. But one other story, just casual. I met Jennifer. This was funny because the story, again, first and last names only anymore. But the story I told you about my old friend Jessica and her mom Jennifer. Her name is Jennifer Johnson. But there was the story about she was the person who told me you have a different type of value, meaning you're a little scapegoat at the community level, and we're so mature we don't care. There's your value, Brad. We gonna use you whatever you want. When we need help moving, we'll give you a call. When we're doing something social, we won't. Sweet, I love it. My life's been fucking terrible. But I met a different Jennifer Johnson, and so just again, I own a building. I own the whole house, but it's not a house. A home is where you feel respected and loved. This is just a building I live in where I try to form a fucking family, and I can't date. I can't do anything. I hate living here. I do. Fucking hate it. Not the neighborhood, not the house or anything. It's just, again, it's a building. It's a building. I have no personal life. I want to have a personal life. I want to fit into society. Nothing will fix that unless fitting into society is allowed to occur, which is not. But I met Jennifer Johnson. She's the homeowner association lady in the neighborhood. And so I go to there was an interesting part of this story. I think I don't know if she knew who I was at all. Again, it'd be hard to bluff being a homeowners association for a while. So I don't know. But the conversation struck me as something like she knew something that I was doing, like in my research capacity. But there's a food truck one day. There's a little sign on the side of the street. It says food truck tonight on whatever street. It's a couple streets up. So drinking some beer, figure I'll go check out the food truck. I thought maybe it'd be like a bunch of food trucks, maybe like a little community event or something. It's really just one food truck, but do some events. We talked. So she was the lady in front of me. She orders her food. I ordered some hibachi. We talked about, hit her with some French. I don't know if she struck me as French. She struck me as she could speak French. So I hit her with some potatoes. Come on, France, potato. Can be. Potato. You gotta hit the French with the potatoes. So when I started speaking French to her, she seemed like she knew what she was talking. She could understand me. Typically, when you start speaking a language other people don't know, they respond saying, "I can't speak that language." But she didn't respond as someone who could hear the language fine. And so again, just like little phrases, not like, again, I'm past fluency. People. It's like I said, me doing logical derivation is like other people grading a peer review paper in high school, where you go through and you make better words. I'm doing that with the entire species for real. And so. I don't know. So I never assume anybody is part of the team observing me or taking down data or whatever, or my security team or whatever. But it's just when I interact with people, I've lived my whole life until 7 years ago. No one knew anything I was doing, and now every time somebody interacts with me, that I know what's going on. It's just like, what's going on? It was a super casual conversation. So we talked about hibachi, and I was talking to her about when I think hibachi, I think sakura, like the Japanese steakhouse. So she said something like, "What were you thinking about hibachi? Like swords or samurais?" I was thinking blades, like the hibachi sakura. That's just what pops into my head. She talked about she got a food truck. She was looking to get a different one. I think she was going for Japanese, and then they were booked up for a while. So it was Thai food. So just talked about some languages. Met Jennifer Johnson, the president of the neighborhood that I live in, homeowners association. Pretty friendly lady. They said they have some movie nights, which I would attend. They said they do PG and PG-13 movies. movie connoisseur. I'll check it out. Again, I just like being around fucking people, man, for fuck's sake. Like any other person, like any other individual that has ever socialized ever. But every time I interact with people, it's lawsuits, it's disrespect, it's literal criminal activity against me. So shout out to Jennifer Johnson, the Homeowners Association. You're a friendly lady. So, not gonna say the neighborhood, but I'm out here anyway, so. Again, one indication, an inkling of a time frame, boom, I'm gone. I hate this country, I hate this species. It's terrible. I just want decency and respect, like everybody else, and to stop being a fucking slave. Scapegoated to the point of literally slavery, and nobody will support anything I do. So this episode's gone on long enough. I do have a lot of financial talking points. I will make another financial video soon. So thank you for watching Language, Litigation, and Integration Part 140, Casual Conversation 62. See you next time, and please at some point enforce the law so I can maybe have a life before I'm dead. I'd appreciate it. Or kill me, I don't care. Thanks for watching, see you next time.